UFC 323 just ended. I'm going to give my review on the overall card and then on the predictions that I made in the main event. The main card. Alright, so the early prelims was quite a bit of action. A couple TKOs, submission. Marvin Vettori did lose by decision against Bruno Ferreira. That was a pretty hard watch. I wanted him to win, but these things happen. Back onto the preliminary card. Terence McKinney lost against Chris Duncan. Grant Dawson lost against Manuel Torres. And that was all really the action there. Go to the main card. Here's where we see what we need to see. So my first prediction was Henry Cejudo would win against Peyton Talbot by decision. And it went completely opposite. Henry Cejudo lost by decision against Peyton Talbot. Peyton Talbot took Henry down a couple times. Henry took him down. But Peyton was doing more on the feet. Was throwing more. He was just more active in general. And that's what got him the victory in the end. All the points amounted up and he won. Henry, he tried, but I think he knew that he was going to lose against Peyton Talbot. I don't know why I said he would win. Oh, no, I do. I said he would win because he has that experience from being a previous champion, double champion, and I thought that would carry into the later rounds. And I also thought his wrestling would be on point because he was an Olympic gold medalist wrestler. But apparently Peyton Talbot was just good. Or maybe Henry's skills has waned over time, and now we see that he's really out of his game. But I would say that it was a good match, interesting match, and Henry Cejudo is now finally retired for the third time in his career. I don't think he's going to make a fourth retirement because this is it. He retired back in 2020, I think, and then he came back, and then he retired again, and now he's retired. He has to now. You can't come back after this. Again, a loss against Peyton Talbot is young, and now, it's time for him to hang up the gloves. Anyway, on to the next match, which is a flyweight match against Brandon Moreno facing off against Tatsuro Taira. Now I had Brandon Moreno winning, third round, 29-28. I had him winning 29-28. He ended up getting knocked out. Not knocked out, but it was a technical knockout in the second round. 2 minutes and 24 seconds exactly. Now, I have an issue with this match. The ref stopped the match, I think, prematurely. Tatsuro Taira had full mount. He was raining down blows onto Brandon Moreno. Brandon Moreno was keeping himself well guarded, but the blows were coming in, and I wouldn't have stopped the match there. Brandon's a former flyweight champion of the world. UFC, that was. And as a former champion, you have to let him recover a bit. We know that he's capable of buckling out of that situation, but to stop it prematurely like that, I think that give him another 10 seconds at most, and then you can stop. So I have an issue there with the ref. Another 10 seconds. We know Brandon, though. We know him. We've seen him in the situation before, actually. And he does find a way to get out of it. And he wasn't even damaged. It's just that the image of the Tatsuro Taira's blows just landing again and again. But he had his guard up, though. He was protecting himself. But I still, if that were to have carried on for another 10 seconds and Brandon Moreno didn't really move or continue the action, then I would have stopped it. I would have been in agreement with the ref. But the ref, he stopped it a bit too soon. I'm not alone in this thought process, and in my opinion, Joe Rogan also agreed. Daniel Cormier agreed. I think many people agreed that the ref stopped it a bit prematurely. But anyway, that was another prediction I got wrong. Anywho, onto the co-main, Alejandro Pantoja against Joshua Van. Now, to the layman's terms, this match was a very, very unpredictable match. It was an unexpected outcome, and in all honesty, Alejandro Pantoja was winning. He was definitely winning in that first 10 seconds. because that's all we have to base it on. Because after 10 seconds, Alejandro Pantoja just okay. So Joshua Van threw an overhand right, or was it a head kick? I don't know. It all happened so fast. And Alejandro, he fell, but he fell on his arm, and his arm inverted the other way, and that whole arm, I think it just broke. Because that's not a dislocation, that's something bad. And of course, he fell, he noticed the arm break, and then they stopped the match immediately. And of course, now we have a new champion, Joshua Van. He's not a true champion though, because he was losing. What I mean by losing, you can't really tell he was losing in the first 10 seconds. But in those 10 seconds, Alejandro was looking good. He was on form. He was on point. He was cooking. He was locked in. And then that happened, a freak accident that no one can expect. I promise you, a lot of people lost a lot of money there because we all thought that Pantoja would win. But it just shows you how unpredictable the game is. So Joshua Van's a new flyweight champion. No one expected it, but he is. His championship will be short-lived though. Promise you that, because when Pantoja comes back, I don't even know if you can come back from that. Can you come back from an arm break that bad? Wow, I don't know. But if he does come back, he's just getting the title back again. It's going to be on a silver spoon. He's just going to take it. So Joshua Van must enjoy it while he can. I really do think that Joshua Van, I don't know, he didn't really deserve the title. It was a freak injury. I don't think he would have won it. But now he has it, and now that's why flyweight now, currently the flyweight division now, it's a bit stale now. Sort of when you think of flyweight, you have like a bad taste in your mouth, and it's because of this. It's because of this, man. Anyway, now we're moving on to the main event. What a shambles this event was, yo. What I mean by shambles, I mean that prediction-wise, this was a shambles, but fight-wise, amazing. Epic match. This was an amazing match. So Merab against Petr Yan. I kept saying Peter, but it's actually Piotr. Anyway. So Merab, round 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, he was putting his all in. That guy, he was trying to shoot takedowns. He shot 25 takedowns against Petr Yan, and only 2 landed. Petr Yan's defense was just on point. I don't know what he was cooking, but it was smelling good. And he just kept getting up. His takedown defense was amazing. That guy came in the best shape of his life. It's like he knew exactly what Merab was going to do and he just countered it. He prepped so well. And he landed so many blows on Merab. He cut him open over his right eye. Came to the fourth round. Merab did pick him up and sort of gloat a bit and then slam him down. But Petr Yan also took down Merab, I think more times than Merab ever took down Peter. And round 4, that brutal leg kick to the body of Merab. You see Merab just wincing, and he actually screamed in agony. He walks, he's like, wow, I've never seen Merab react like that. Anybody, I've never seen react like that, because normally you would hide that pain. You try and mask it off so that the opponent doesn't know you've been injured there, because now you're just going to go for it. And go for it, Petr Yan did. He definitely went there again, because he landed, I think, another 2 body kicks to that right side of Merab, actually on his liver, and then he delivered a nice body shot there with his left hand. That was Petr Yan smelled blood in the water, and he just went like a shark. Anyway, so it was a nice fight. Merab, he was very, very active. He was trying that pace that they sent in bantamweight. That was a very fast pace, and none of them looked tired. It looked like Petr Yan was slowing down a bit, but then when you think he's slowing down, his defense is so good. His defense is really good. Keeps that right hand tucked right by his face. Same when he changes stances from southpaw to orthodox. He also keeps the other hand tucked right by his face. Almost in like a Philly shell sort of movement. Sean Strickland does the same thing, except that he keeps his jabbing hand locked to his chest, and then when he launches it, it's like a missile. Like, boom. Anyway, so Petr Yan, congratulations. He definitely won. That was an amazing match. No one in their right mind thought that Merab would lose. I am one of those people that said bet the house, guaranteed win. I didn't know Petr Yan was coming prepared like that though. If I had some glimpses in that training camp, I would have thought differently, but yeah. Anywho, that was an upset to everyone. So at the end of the day, all my predictions are wrong, and that's just how it goes, man. You can't always predict the the best outcome, because, you know, if the co-main went all 5 rounds, Pantoja would have won. But freak actions like that do happen, so it does affect that. And Brandon Moreno, I think he also would have won if the ref didn't prematurely stop it. Henry Cejudo losing was just, of course he would. Or you could say that he might have won by split decision. Because I had him winning by split decision, but if he lost by decision, you know, unanimous decision, I would have been like, okay, that's fine. That's all in the, that's fine, you know, because it was a very hard matchup to predict. But Merab losing, because you already defeated PTN in the past, now PTN came back 10 times better. That's insane. So now, I think you have to run that back though. You have to book the trilogy fight for Merab against Peter Yan. That has to be booked next. And for Pantoja against Joshua Van, I would say you have to run that back immediately after Pantoja's arm is like better, even if it can be healed, because I don't think that thing can be healed. But if it can be healed, run that back. Run that back, Dana. Run it back. Because you have to run it back. Joshua Van can't be allowed to think he's the best in the world at flyweight when he's not. He's not. He is not even touching the surface of championship material. He won by luck. Anyway, so that's the UFC's prediction review for 323. The next fight is the last fight of the year, and that's 14th of December, so next week. And it's Brandon Royval against Manuel Cape for the main event. And then another person of renown also fighting is actually on the preliminary card. And it is Joe Anderson Brito against Misilik Baghdada. So I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's one of those Russian guys anyway. So that's also going to be a good fight, because I have that Russian guy winning, just because his name is very hard to pronounce. He's probably from the mountain.